Hello, I'm just looking at the box that came from Lunar Cycles to see what's inside. Whoa, hang on a minute. While I was editing this video, it occurred to me that I haven't really explained much of what I'm about to look at here, so I'll just preface this with a look at the website where I got this kit from. This is the Lunar Cycle website, and they sell a bunch of kits here. I'm looking at the mid-drive kits page, which is something that you stick on right by the chain wheel, and you put a chain over the main crank that you normally turn instead of having a hub motor inside the wheel. This is the kit that I preferred to use, kit style that I preferred to use rather, and you can see they have a few here. The two on the left are, from what I understand, by far the most popular, and they're the easiest to install as well, because the speed controller is actually inside the motor section here, so it's all very nice and tidy, and you can get some nice dashboards for it and stuff. But these two kits here, as you can see, this number in blue here, this is the number of dollars that you have to give them to get them to give it to you. And if we look over here, we can see this one here. This is the kit that I got. It's a little bit more bare bones. It's just a speed controller and a throttle and a motor, basically. Well, you get the fittings to change the what is it, chain wheel? I forget all these names. Anyway, but you get some of the core pieces that you need to do the conversion. But anyway, this was, I actually paid $325 for this, and if we have a look at this one, it's quite powerful. It has potentially 3 times as much power as the other kits, which were 1000 watts or 750 watts. So if you power it with a fairly high voltage, you theoretically can get 3000 watts. Probably not going to be going quite that high, but it's cool to know that it could do it. So you can see some of the info about it there, and what else is there to say? I'll put a link to this page in the description if you want to have a look at the details and follow some of these other links about installing it, and there's a video link somewhere and a little bit more information about it. But yeah, I actually came across this years ago and I thought it looked quite interesting, so it's always been something that, as far as e-bike conversions go, this is probably the first in my mind anyway, so I was quite pleased when I came to the site recently to see that it was actually cheaper than those other ones as well. And the other thing that I got that I'm going to take a quick look at in this video is this e-bike. Not really an e-bike, it's just a bike toolkit, I think. And yeah, this was really good value, I thought, for $30. Well, it's on specials, but yeah, the special price is yeah, really good value. So I'm glad I got this, because it includes a few things that I will need but I don't have. And one of the other questions that showed up on my previous video was what sort of batteries I'm going to use. So that's the answer there. Multi-star 4S 10,000 milliamp hour, and I'm going to put 4 of these in series to have a 16S, or what is it, about, I think it's about 68 volts fully charged. So that's getting near the limits of what this motor and controller can handle. So it's going to have quite a bit of kick, should be more than enough power to get around on, but it's obviously not going to be a very long distance kind of a thing. But that's alright, because it's not really what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for something that's going to be fun to ride and not necessarily needing to go very far on. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to get, and these are on special too. Doesn't, oh yeah, it does say that. So the normal price is that, and this is a pretty good special, I thought, so I was happy to get 4 of those at that price. And if for some reason the 68 volts is too high, or I feel like I might need more range for whatever reason, I don't really foresee that, but I could add another 4 in parallel to have 16S 20 amp hours, or if the voltage is a bit high, maybe I could drop it down to 12S and 12S 20 amp hours by getting another 2 batteries. So there'll be 3 of these in series. But we'll just see how it goes with the 4 in series for now. Another reason that I got these batteries as opposed to some of the slightly larger multi-stars that are out there, I think there's a 16 amp hour one as well. But the nice thing about this size point is that I actually have 2 other things that could use this battery as well. The XUAV Mini Talon I think could use these batteries, and I also have a larger hexacopter that I built recently that could probably use this as well. So in the event that I don't end up using these for the e-bike very much, I should be able to make use of them in other vehicles. Anyway, let's have a look at what's in the box then. Just thought I'd have a... Oh, I'm doing an unboxing, aren't I? Well, I've never seen anybody take a look at what came in the kit from Lunar Cycles. Just, ooh, there we go. You know, like an unboxing. So I thought I might do it just in case anybody is interested to see how it arrives. It's all quite nicely packed. This is just a toolkit in a hard case, and it's bubble wrapped. And it looks like they've branded this toolkit with their name. That's interesting. It's not just sort of a generic thing. Look at all this bubble wrap. It's quite... Ooh! Wow, that's a hell of a pop. Doesn't it? But, it's the last one. One more. Ow. Okay. Now, so there was a motor came out somewhere along the way there, and it is a brushless DC motor. It says Cyclone e-bikes. So I guess this is just distributed by Lunar, this one. 24 to 72 volts, torque 100 newton meters. It has these connections here. Oh, they're small wires, aren't they? So this is a 3 kilowatt motor being powered through these little wires, is that right? Okay. And I noticed that it has this guard plate on here that I did not see in any of the marketing materials, and I don't think I've seen this on any YouTube videos that I've seen either. So this must be a new addition, which is good, because otherwise you're going to have this chain exposed to your leg as you're riding it. Okay, and there's a little spring there, good. So that's going to go around the bottom bracket. What is in here? Let's have a look at this. Okay, so this is one of the things that I got as a request that was a little bit different from the standard kit. So this is a full... Oh, that's just for the left, I guess. So this is a full-sized twist throttle. Normally you get a twist throttle that's about this long, so you just twist this part of it. But I preferred one that's a little bit more similar to a normal motorbike, because that's what I'm much more used to. And we have some hose clamps, zip tie for... I don't know if I'm going to use that method, but I've seen people mounting the motor, strapping the motor to the down tube with that, and it works alright. Is that for that? Okay, we'll figure all that stuff out later, eh? And we have a square taper thing. Can you tell I'm not a bike mechanic? I do know the name for that, I just forgot what it was. Okay, and we got some cranks, another zip tie. Just try not to lose this stuff. And a couple of caps. for something, I'm not sure what they'll be for. Okay, then we have a speed controller. Not much to look at on the outside. Seems to be intended to be waterproof, maybe. That sort of silicone glue. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be waterproof, but it looks like they might have tried to do that. And then there's a huge, scary looking bunch of cables coming out this side. They are mostly labelled though, by the looks of it. Reverse. Ah, interesting. Low brake. Okay, so that's going to be a puzzle for another day. And inside here, this bit is a double chain ring, so the chain's going to come from the motor to one of these chain rings and then go to the rear wheel from the other chain ring. That's how that's supposed to work. It's not a freewheel one though, is it? Okay, oh, this piece is free. Here we go. There we go. I was going to say something has to be a freewheel on here, otherwise it wouldn't make sense. Alright, now let me just have a look at this bunch of tools. This was not part of the Cyclone 3000 watt kit, but as I said in my video before, I've noticed that bicycle maintenance uses a lot of weird tools when you start fiddling around with the bottom bracket, so I got a set of tools which is going to help me with that. Let's see what's in here. Okay, there's quite a lot of stuff in here, and I don't know what to call half of these things, so I think I'll just let you have a quick look at it and I will say no more, except for mention that they seem to be very nicely made. They've got the black parts that sort of have a nice rubbery finish on them, and there's a bicycle repair kit there, a puncture repair kit, sorry. Oh, yep, definitely use one of those. Oh yeah, and I need one of them too. Maybe. Oh, there's a chain brake. This is a chain breaker, isn't it? Damn, I actually bought one of these a while ago to fix that other bike that I have, because I needed to break the chain to fix it properly. Anyway, that looks really good. I'm glad I got that. It was only 30 bucks, can you believe it? That's a good price for this, I think. What's this plastic thing for? What do you do with that? Yeah, who knows? So, that's what was in the box, and I think I'll just leave it at this point for now, and hopefully we'll figure out what to do with some of the stuff in the next video.
Whoa, not so fast. Let me interrupt again. I know I said before that this bunch of wires coming out of the controller was kind of scary, but when I sat down and took a look at it, turns out to be not that scary at all, and I went from feeling very dumb to feeling very smart in a matter of seconds, because there's pretty much only a few ways you can put it in, and because I'm not doing any of the complicated or advanced features like having pedal assist sensors and dashboard thingy or speedometer or anything like that, I don't need to use many of the connections. So let's start with this one. This is where your battery comes in. Pretty simple. Comes up to a big plug here, which has a matching big plug on there. Very simple. And it also has another little plug down here, which I'm assuming goes onto this one, because again there's only one place it can go, and that's this one here. And this, I think, is the power switch, because if we look on here it says power switch, and I think it just tells the speed controller whether it's on or off. That's all it does. And the reason I'm thinking it does that is because when I look in here, there's just a break in that wire, and when I looked around for somewhere for this to plug into, it looks like it plugs into here. So this is just going to be simply going into here and being an on-off switch turned from this key in the barrel there. The other connection on the twist throttle is this 3-pin connector, which I'm assuming is the potentiometer that's inside the twist grip there. And when we look over here, there's a matching plug called Throttle, and most of these plugs all have the same colors for them as well, so you can't really go wrong. And then this one here that we saw just before, this is a big 7-pin plug which goes to a matching 7-pin plug on the motor, so this is going to tell the motor what it should be doing. Actually, that's interesting, I just noticed this now, but there's a loop going out here, so that matches up with those 2 red wires there. So that's definitely the power is just being looped back into there. And then finally we have a little bit of a strange situation here, but there's a plug with 2 connections and a plug with 1 connection, and that's for the actual power for the motor. So this is coming into the motor, and again, if we look over here, there are 2 plugs. These 2 here, they're the only ones that can go in there, and that's it. It's all very simple actually. So I've set up a series connector for a couple of LiPos to give me about 30 volts. At least I'm going to use 2 4S batteries at storage charge, so that's about 30 volts. And I might just connect all this up and see if my assumptions are correct and if I can get this motor to turn over a little bit. Okay, I have all the connections set up now, just like I said before. And I have 2 4S batteries. Yeah, I know they're small, but I'm not really going to do much. And turn this on, we get 30.2 volts, and if I give this a little turn, nothing happens. Hold on, a little bit more. I think there might be a problem with the potentiometer inside this twist throttle. I wired up this little potentiometer here to replace the potentiometer that's inside the twist throttle, but that didn't do anything, didn't help at all. I think I might open this up and see if I can figure out what's going on. Okay, I got this figured out now, after much frustration and quite a bit of disassembly of this and almost breaking the... there's actually a hall sensor inside here instead of a potentiometer, and yeah, it's all back together now and it's working. But the problem was that I had in my head that because the motor was a 24 volt, it says 24 to 72 volts on the side of it, that 24 volts would be enough, but it's not, because the controller is what's controlling it, and the controller is rated from 36 volts upwards to 72. So I had to make up another one of these little harnesses to add a third battery. So now we've got a 12S battery here, and it's working. So that gives us about 45 volts, and you can go really slow. Look at that, it's moving. And I'll just hold on to it to go fast. Yeah, works fine. It's very smooth. It's not as noisy as I thought it would be, but I think when you actually get it on the bike and you've got the chain and everything and it's actually pulling some weight, then it starts to get noisy. It seems quite notchy in the... like there's very distinct power levels. But you can get some pretty good control over it. This throttle still feels a little bit cheap though, I think. It sort of feels a bit like a toy or something.
But until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.